Ho, ho, ho! Hee, hee, hee! Here we are!
Welcome! Holiday Hangout 6. It's the last
6.
one of the week.
Wow!
We're taking the weekend off. No hanging out. So thanks for joining and
join us
coming
by
to
the
see
fire.
us. Oh, yay! I see that Facebook is sending out the notification. Yes, we should all have
Come and sit by the fire with us.
Portable fireplace like this one. Here we go.
Why not?
Welcome, Rita and Vicky.
Hello, friends.
Could you put that light just a little?
Sure, my dear.
There you go. Oh, very nice.
She loves the light.
Oh, we got a little yellow.
Into the light. Not much we can do about that. We're just gonna
turn that light up.
We'll just sit here and make some adjustments for y'all. Well, how's everybody doing?
Have you liked hanging out this week?
Yeah, it's been sweet.
Do you wake up in the morning and think, what's behind door number 1?
What's behind door number? Is this 6, you said?
Yes.
Day 6 of hanging out with y'all. Well, it has been a beautiful unfoldment for me because I feel like every day as we unlock and unveil what's here, there really is a momentum. And we teach a lot of classes, and I've been so lit up during our classes and feeling so in flow and connected to something that just feels very beautiful. So thanks for everybody participating, and thanks, Sabrina, for kicking this thing off.
Yeah, well, I was talking to one of our students and friends named Jill, and she goes, oh, I love your idea of the human advent calendar. And I said, well, it wasn't really my idea, right? Because it's when you have what's called an idea, and it just feels like poof, it's gifted to you, right? It comes to you. It's like creativity just happens. Is it yours? Right? That's what's so funny. It's my idea. Really? Really? How did you create that idea? For me, I feel like ideas are blessed upon us and given to us. And then the key is to take action on it.
That's
right? When those ideas come that are in alignment with your next step, with how you can serve more, that's the key, is the taking action.
The inspiration. You get inspired by an idea that feels aligned to who you are and what you want to be doing with your days and your life, and you're like, yeah, this is a yes. Like energy tested out, right? This is a yes.
Yes.
So then go and do something about it.
Mm-hmm. And that's how it was if you didn't see day 1 of Holiday Hangouts with the Trustcotts, is when we really talked about why we started this. I was definitely like woken up going, human advent calendar, right?
Why not?
And Tristan said, well, what do you mean? And I said, I don't know. It just felt like, and I didn't even know I said this. I said, well, it just felt like they were saying that would be a good thing to do. And he was like, who's they?
Who's they?
I was like, whoa, that's kind of weird.
You have an association in your head.
So for me, like I know he's making a channeling joke. There is one channel, and it's the channel of love, right? You can have ABC, NBC, CBS, PBS, or the channel of love.
Ah, Barb would agree with that.
Right? There is only the love channel, and that voice of love, that channel of love, of the divine, as it comes through each of us, is unique, but it has that sameness.
Look at the little guy. We have a little pupsters. We have both of them running around.
Should I go help him?
Good luck navigating the light.
I can do it.
So
you take over.
Winston is trying to get up on a chair over here because he wants to be in the director's chair. And sometimes that's what will happen is the dogs will come and we'll have chairs and they'll sit and they'll watch the show. And they'll give us some feedback. Usually means feed me.
But I know if I didn't give him the chair, he was going to start asking me to go over there and lift him up.
Oh, he's not going to be settled. He's going to fuss around. We could like flip this around and show them.
I don't think you need to talk about fussing around.
Okay.
We both are very like fussy with our spaces and stuff.
Well, let's connect and say hi because I see a lot of friends have popped in. Hi, Bonnie. Hello, Pat. Hi, Ann. Lovely to have you here. It's a very Merry Trustcott Christmas.
Aww.
Yeah, thanks, Bonnie. Well, we have definitely been on a roll, sharing these words, these purpose-filled words, which are much more than words. Yeah. We've talked about being in the cherishing experience. We've talked about joy and humor and momentum and
choice,
connection and choice and
faith,
active faith, and you all have been sharing your your experiences that you're feeling lit up around the holiday time. And we're building on this every day. So this is day 6, so we've got some more doors to open up, and we'd love for you to share with us. And before I forget, there's a little button on here. If you feel so inclined, you can not only click like the hearts, and you can test that out right now if you want, and just go heart, heart, heart.
You know, where you say hearts and thumbs up and smileys.
But there's another button on the far left that says whether or not you liked this post or this video, or you loved it, and it's different. And if you hit the one on the left, if you like it, then it'll actually show that people actually like it. So.
And what that does for you is it tells Facebook, like, hey, I kind of like these holiday hangouts. I wouldn't mind you letting me know when they go live again, because we're trying to work around all the algorithms, so it's easier for you guys to know.
Trying to learn the algorithms. What actually is going on here? Sometimes we'll be in one of our groups and there's like hundreds of people, and like there's all this momentum and comments, and we'll go into other places. It's like, hi, just a couple of hellos. Like, what's going on?
And you know what? It's all okay, because it just is what it is. Yeah. But I wanted to thank everybody for how creative and open you have been in sharing your words of the day, what's behind your door every day. You know, none of us have really gotten stuck in the traditional Christmas words or the traditional holiday words, right? And all the things that you're sharing are more about the evolution of the soul and the growth and yearning of the spirit every season, every month, and every day, right? Not just some, Yuletide carol song lyric, right? It hasn't been like that. Although all those words are just fine too, right?
Joy to the world. Whatever's flowing through you. Huh? Yep. Well, I definitely have got something going on, and I know that you do too.
You got something going on?
I got something.
You got a thing going on.
I've got this really sleepy music going on right now. So while I fix the music, do you want to kick off your Advent?
I sure will.
Okay, awesome.
So today, absolutely, there was no doubt, my word for today. And it's, so we were before, this is a cliffhanger, right? Before I reveal today's word, just remember what we've been talking about, this practice of stacking, right? So whatever was there on day 1, you don't cast it aside and trade it in for day 2. We're building on the momentum, like a staircase to more joy, more happiness, leveling up more to who we are, right? I haven't forgotten the beauty of faith and how grateful I am for the power of choice to choose, right? And I get to choose today what's behind my door, right? And what's there for me is the word alignment. I love that word, alignment. I love it for so many reasons. I love it for what it meant to me as a ballet dancer, right? Growing up, it was all about that alignment. And still now, during any physical movement modalities that I do, whether it's dancing or qigong or the martial yoga, whenever there's balancing, I notice when we video ourselves, I always go like this, because when I go like this, I can balance forever, and it's because I'm becoming aligned. Yes, aligned with the bones being stacked and the muscles holding everything where it should be. I am in alignment with my own body, but I'm also in alignment with balance. I'm becoming aligned with balance, which isn't stillness, it isn't stagnant, it is a moving experience. So alignment to me isn't, it's active. Like moving balance, true balance is moving balance because it's alive. True alignment is always happening and always changing and always breathing and always growing. And that's what's so beautiful about it, because you are constantly being aligned with alignment.
Aligning to the alignment. That's a daily practice.
When I am aligned, it's really aligning to what some people might call miracles, right? It's aligning to magic, because it's aligning to possibility, which we've spoke about on some other days, is the possibility, right? And so when I'm really aligned with just that which I am, when I'm aligned, I am the most authentic version of myself, right? Anything outside of that is more neediness and effort, and I'm more in my head about it. right? And for me, the past few months in particular, this year, I've made such an effort. I can be very intellectual, right? And logical. I love computers. I love that computers are so logical. They're so easy to figure out, right? It's like A, B, C. You don't have to, if you want to make a phone call, you hit the button with the phone, right? It will always tell you what to do if you think like that. And there's a safety and a false security in that, because I don't want to be aligned to intellect, right? What's that going to do for me? So to start being aligned just to feeling, well, no, because sometimes there's emotional garbage and there's stuff that I'm reacting to, right? But the alignment that I'm talking about, it might feel like I'm being guided by emotion and I'm going to be smart about it, but that real alignment is on a cellular level. It's alignment to the spirit, and it's alignment to the grandeur of possibility and allowing that. And that's when, could you say, there is synchronicity. There's like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking that. How did you know? Or you pick up the phone and you think of somebody and the phone rings and it's them. And some people can say, oh wow, you're so intuitive, you're so psychic. But to me, I'm aligned to the timeless place where everything is already known in a beautiful, mysterious way. How about that?
How about that?
For example, like 2 nights ago, I haven't spoken to this friend in probably 2.5 years, and I woke up and I was thinking about them, and I was wondering how their holiday was, because I know they were going through some transitions in their life, because I saw on Facebook that their house was for sale and blah, blah, blah. And I woke up and I thought, wonder why I'm thinking about them. And my alarm went off on my phone, and as I picked it up, bing! There was a Facebook message from that person that I haven't spoken to in over 2 years saying, I saw your holiday hangout and I just wanted to tell you it was beautiful. Right? So there's a synchronicity in that. Now, was I aligned with that person? Well, yes, but no. I was just aligned, because back to day one, cherishing. The last hour of my sleep I have devoted to cherishing, right? I even say it to you, right? I always touch him and I say, it's cherishing time. And that's, right? I either have to touch his toe or his knee, like I have to touch. And it's my time to just be in gratitude, and that's my time of alignment.
It's a beautiful thing going on right over here.
And here.
I love being around alignment. When you're in alignment, it helps me be in alignment. Sort of like an entrainment, like two musical instruments that are aligning. I remember one day I walked into a music store here in Austin, Texas. I was looking for a new guitar, and they were all on these stands, sort of on a shelf towards the floor, and they were these beautiful guitars, these classical guitars, wood acoustic guitars, Guild, Martins, all this really incredible artistry. And I'm looking at these guitars trying to pick one, and so I didn't pick them up to strum them at this time, to play them. I hit a chord. I hit just one string on one guitar.
Plucked it.
I just plucked it, and it started to vibrate, and the guitar next to it started to vibrate. And I was just like, I'd heard about alignment and entrainment and frequencies matching, but I'd never seen that.
Attunement.
Attunement. And that's what happens around somebody like a Sabrina for me. And I know you get this with people you're around where they have a high vibe and you align to it. Have you noticed there's some people you can be around, they're so positive, they're so uplifting, they're so fun, they're so inspiring that they lift you up. That's like that string of you gets to vibrate along with them. And so it's so important to be around company and tribe, if you will, that aligns to that which you love, because then you can also ride on the wave of that vibration. So thank you for being an aligned being.
Well, but
help me.
The same thing is true. You want to surround yourself with information and people, podcasts, shows, whatever it is, that plays that song of your soul, that pushes you into alignment with all that you are. Because if you don't, than if you're around somebody that's playing that string, plonk, plunk. It can affect your song,
That's
right? So you always want to be aware of who you're making chords with. And one more thing about alignment is people have asked me before about confidence, right? And I tell this story because I think it's so fascinating to me. Is I was doing something once, I think it was, maybe I was teaching a class, an acting class, and at the end of the class I was giving some instruction like, can you put that thing over there and that thing over there, and we've got to turn off the alarm system, and kind of just, I was taking charge, right? To me, it just felt like I was being the mother, right? The one in charge, because that kind of feels the same way, that mothering feeling. And afterwards, one of my students who was about 10 years older than me, she came up to me and she goes, "How are you so confident? How do you stand up and just talk and tell people what to do to help?" And I thought about it. I thought, I'm confident. I was like, I didn't feel confident. And so I realized that what she was seeing was a lack of insecurity. She was seeing a lack of self-criticism. And I realized that when I'm aligned, I'm really in what other people might perceive as confidence. Because when you're aligned, I believe, but when we are all aligned with what we are the most authentic version of ourselves. And there's nothing there to doubt or criticize or feel insecure about, because we're simply being the best that we are, and shining forth that beauty. So if you ever feel like, I need more confidence, I think the fastest way to get there is just focus on being aligned with you, and you'll be there.
Boom.
Boom.
It all sounds so poetic sometimes, but it's so freaking important. Like you can read it in a book, and you can read a meme, and you can come and sit by the fire and hear the sweetness. But how many people are actually living in alignment versus who are funked out and all freaked out?
Yep.
Especially during the holidays. So if we just take a moment to check in on that and get a little real here, I don't want to get all wonky over the holidays. So this is
Don't align with wonk.
No wonk for me. No, for real, what we're doing right now, I really need to acknowledge this, not just for me, but maybe for you too. By every day remembering to choose something of beauty, like you've kicked this thing off, you are keeping me aligned, and I hope we're helping you stay aligned. I would love for you to look back over this December and notice the difference, because you chose to be consistent in your alignment, in your love, in your cherishing, in your momentum, in your joy, in your humor, all of that which is building, and everything you're experiencing right now. The fact that we are doing this, having these sweet check-ins, hangouts, whatever you call them, this is changing the way that we are. Because you're tuning the instrument and getting it to sound just so sweet. And I'm noticing, seriously, from just these 6 days,
Right, when you said that, the music
sweetness.
said, la 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 la.
But this is pretty freaking powerful. And coaches and performance coaches and athletic coaches, neuroscience today, our friends that are really carving this path out, the Waldmans, the Astor, all these guys, we know now more than ever before that consistency is everything, right? It's the mother of transformation.
Yep.
If you want to change, you've got to consistently implement that which you want more of.
Because the world is your classroom. Today is your classroom. That's the only place there is.
And whatever you're telling, whatever story, whatever dance, whatever song is up for you, that's what's getting programmed in more than something else, right? Aligning to that which we love. And through consistency, we can completely change. And it's the only way we're going to change, is through repetition, right? And that leads me to my word. And I, if you don't mind, have to have two today.
No, that's not fair.
Okay.
Is that fair? Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I can choose one over the other.
But you can't speak next week.
But
yeah, I always tell him, you're about to use up all your words for the day.
I have a quota. Okay, so I'm experiencing two things very strong in this Advent day. One is the art of seeing by being still enough, connected, from yesterday's word, connected enough, that actually can see. Versus the projections that usually will get laid on top of things. We never really see things as they are. We see them as we want them to be. Not that that's a bad thing, because what we project onto things can be beautiful. Depends where you're at. So I'm talking a state of connection where I'm actually seeing things as they are without me layering anything on top of it. Right? So removing
clarity.
Removing the labels, the categories, the preferences, opinions, judgments. All of that, judgments, whatever, good, bad. I'm just in the practice today of being and seeing. So in order to get to that, I have to use some of the other words, which is like momentum, building on that, and connection. So I need to use yesterday's word to get to today's word.
Stacking.
I'm stacking. So by being connected and that true union that takes place through whatever practice you're using, for me it's Qigong, meditation, love, breath, trust, alignment, I am seeing, and I'm able to sit more in the seat of the soul, if you will. And I'm not always here, so I'm just really taking advantage of this. And I'm able to just be with our friends here, be with you, Sabrina, be here, and be, I could say present, but it's more like seeing. I'm seeing. And it feels really good to see you. And to look in the mirror and see me.
I was going to just say, it feels so good to see you, but I think what's really beautiful is to be seen.
Yeah. Right?
And by kind of raising our hands saying, okay, come in our house. The Truscott holiday hangout was see me,
see me, feel me,
touch me,
I'm yours.
Right? So
there it is.
And that could feel scary, right?
Vulnerable.
I'm sure those of you watching who are in the business school and are going through some of our programs about sharing it and getting out there more, sharing your content so that your potential clients and customers can feel you, to see if you're the person they want to work with, right? So that's why it's so important when you're being seen to be
beautiful shares,
aligned.
I am going to pull up the fireplace here.
Awesome.
Kim,
oh, it's warm.
Isn't that nice and warm? You feel that?
It's rainy today.
Kim says she's already noticing the difference in the mindset, or I should say heart set, from the momentum of this Advent journey.
Awesome.
Joanna is saying that's like an awakened vision when you're seeing. Agreed. Mom says great color on you.
Oh, thanks, Mom. Cobalt blue, like those balls you wanted.
That's right.
Kobe, those balls she wanted.
Sweet. So share with us now what word, feeling, energy is lighting you up today.
Yeah.
What's the Advent moment for you, and how, even if this is your first time peeking in on this experience, what's your take from this? What are you feeling? What are you vibing? And share that, and we'd love to read those out loud when we get a moment, okay?
Yeah, because we always like to say, we're creating this delicious stew together, and everybody's got to throw something in the stew. They have to put their spice, because only then will it include all of us, right? And that's when it's going to taste the yummiest. So what's behind your door that you can toss in the stew, right? And from that aligned place, there can be no wrong answers.
Bonnie's is acceptance. I love that. That's a powerful vibration to be in, right? Accepting of self, accepting of situations, accepting of family members, accepting of conditions, right, that are going on. And what comes from acceptance? You might want to unpack that a little bit more for us. For me, acceptance means, and we kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday, that everything has its own time. It has its own gestation period. It has its own karmic path. And I shouldn't push someone or something. I should see it as it is and allow it to be. But there's an interesting alignment with that, right? Some things I'm just not going to accept anymore. So you have to find the line on the side of acceptance that is appropriate for where you're at. And I totally get yeah, let it be. Let it go. Accept it. And then there's the other side of that for me.
Instead of, because some things you just can't, it's a waste of time to fight.
That's right.
So you accept.
Let it be. But I think Bonnie's
you can leave it over there.
probably saying accepting certain things about self. We have this interesting connection thing going on.
Lean back a little. That seems to help.
Today, in this morning's class, in our dojo, we were talking about your word yesterday, which was respect. Or was that was the word. It was
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
respect.
And that's what was respecting things, whether you agree
and I was
with them or not.
I was revisiting that I respect this person, and more importantly than anything, that the soul, the inner wise self, if you will, that's been given to this person we call Tristan, like really accepting, Bonnie, that is here, and that I have. Let me see how I can say this, because it was really, I was in meditation when it came through, but it was sort of like it's your birthright, right? That you're not flawed, you're not a mistake. You're here for a reason. You have a purpose. You can uncover more of that through your personal journey, and to have so much respect for that which made you. To have so much respect and dignity for self, right? And accept that and invite that and let that in. So I'm just adding my take on it, but thank you for your share. I'm going to check and see what's coming through to you.
Kim says heart connection.
Heart connection. Love it.
And that's so you, Kim. You are such a heart, and you're such a heart connector. Every time someone, we've had the opportunity to meet Kim in person several times, and that's all anyone ever says is, "Oh, she's such a heart." She is.
Heart connection. I love it. And Bonnie says, sometimes we accept what we cannot accept. I'm reminded of St. Francis. Yeah. You know, Lord, let me... What is that?
Accept the things I cannot change.
Yeah. Accept that which we can't even accept. Like, there's something I'm trying to process right now that somebody did. And I'm just like, I don't know how to accept this. I don't even know how to process this. I guess it's just going to go in the X Factor category.
Yeah, like when you think you know someone and then their crazy comes out. To me, accepting it just and when it's something, you know, they don't think it's crazy, and that sounds like a
they've
judgment.
accepted it as
but
true.
the things, in some ways, you say accept the things I cannot change, but in staying in the vibration of alignment, that eventually will change everything because it changes my reaction to it. Right?
Fantastic.
That's what I can always change is my reaction to something. It's
Amen.
my choice, my judgment on something, right? I might just want to stay away from it, and that's cool too. That goes back to choice.
Amen, sister.
Right?
So, dear friends, we've come to the conclusion of our holiday hangout for the day. That has been a lovely 30-minute session with you. These go by so fast. They're awesome. But really, continue to enjoy the momentum of this and keep journeying along with us if you're liking this, and staying in flow and staying in love and sharing joy to the world. You know, it's incredible.
The Lord is come.
Yes. And there he is. The
Okay,
Lord,
so it's
Bentley.
Thursday, December 6th when we're recording this live. And we won't see you again till next week. Hopefully Monday.
Hopefully Monday. So have a beautiful, blessed, amazing weekend. Keep sharing your love and your joy. And this chat, as you know, stays open. And if after the session is over, I know some of you on your mobile devices can't really like it until it's over. So if you liked this, give us a thumbs up so that the good old Facebook shows it to more people, because we want to get the word out there. That's our mission for 2019 is go big or go home.
Go big or go home. That's what they say.
Here in Texas. No, our mission is to share more love and be more love. So we're really all about making a difference. So thanks for letting us launch the Tris Brina show here through these holiday hangouts.
Yeah, even the reminder email, you don't know.
No.
It came from Tris Brina for
It
the
did?
first time.
Yahoo!
Did you guys see that? It was
Awesome.
if you got a little reminder email. It's the first time it came from Tris Brina.
Very cool. All right, dear ones. Have a great night.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hee hee hee. holiday hangout number 6 with all kinds of goodness. Okay, I'm gonna click the button. Bye.
Bye.